Namaskar. I'm Kumar Rakesh and you're watching Global Governance News TV. Today I'm going to discuss the outburst of the movie. I don't want to say the movie. This is actually live documents. You can't say documentary also, but really, there's a good name by Vivek Ranjan Agnihotri, the Kashmir Files. But he had not edited the Jammu. Jammu and Kashmir is the two place, but united,ly called the state, now the central ruled state. So many tribes of Uakai are so-called Kashmiris living in the valley, like Farooq Abdullah, Mahbub Mufti, and all. Umar Abdullah now, how the Umar Abdullah make the statement. We were just about to think the Kashmiri Hindus should return their homes. But now this film has just destroyed the whole situation. How can he speak like that? And why? As he knows his father, the former chief minister Farooq Abdullah, the main culprit of this all genocide, either and would accept or not. But I say like that, I'm not blame also, not claim. But fact is fact. Facts can't be denied. Should not be. Whatever Vivek Ranjan Agnihotri has done, I salute to him. Every Indian, every Bharatiya, any parts of the world, I salute him, done the good job. And this is the facts for the new generation. For just of the all Kashmiri Hindu families, they are really not aware about the facts. The real truth, this we can say. So we'll discuss on all issues. We have just Mr.Sudesh Verma, national spokesperson, BJP, journalist. Also, he is, I think, son-in-law of Kashmir. He married to the Kashmiri this lady, respected lady, Renu Kaul. She writes Renu Kaul Verma. She is from the Kashmiri Pandit, now running a very big organization with Asta Publishing. And Sudesh ji is a journalist and politician. And he has done a lot for the Kashmir. And I've done the reporting both in many ways. So now Sudesh is in a different role. I'm in the same role as a journalist. I'll ask the question, so Sudesh will reply, as he is sitting in the core of the system, and his party is ruling the country. Sudesh, how does you think now, after outburst of the Kashmir files, the so many eyebrows raised throughout the world, people in the tents now, they're coming out. They speak up, just speaking about the genocide. They are going to term the narratives exodus. Sorry, that was genocide. One person killed, one point blank fire with the 20%, 20 Hindus. No reaction, no action. Why and what for? Or after 370, scrapping of the 370 and 35A, the Mahbuba Mufti-like leader and Farooq Abdullah type leader will take support from the China and Pakistan. Really? They're, I think, shameless and senseless people. They should talk like that. I'm not going to repeat in the English word, but Hindi, the namak haram. Desdrohi. The appropriate word, no meaning in English. That's why they spoken in Hindi. So, a whole situation now, after 5th August 2019, when the 370 was a gone case on 35A, how situation has changed, how it will affect, as Umar claimed, the film on the normalcy of Jammu Kashmir and the people of Kashmir. So this is
Rakesh, thanks for calling me to your studio. You see, I was always witness to the pains of Kashmiri Pandit. As you said that since I'm married to a Kashmiri Pandit. And I've seen that whenever they talk of the incidents that happened in the valley that forced them to flee, you see pain writ large on their faces. And why? because it happened so ashamedly in full public view in largest democracy of the world, where we are governed by the constitution, but none actually tried to address the issues. And actually, they are victims, but the victims were asked to prove their credentials. And those who perpetrated the crime, mass murder, rape, various kinds of atrocities, they were given the benefit of the doubt. They were treated with sympathy all across the globe. So the narrative did not come. It's not that people have not written about it, like My Frozen Turbulence in Kashmir, written by then Governor
Jagmohan. Yeah.
Jagmohan. He was the governor there. He's written about his own memoir. And the stories depicted there. Various books have come depicting the pain of Kashmiri Pandits. But film is a very powerful medium. And Kashmir File has documented those stories and presented what actually happened in the valley. And it's time now that we stop talking in terms of, Pandits fleeing. It was genocide. It must be recognized as genocide. And we must figure out how to give justice to the community. It doesn't matter that 32 years have passed. You see, I've watched the movie, I've seen people shouting for justice, that we want justice. Bharat Mata ki Jai. These two chants you find in the picture hall. Crores of people are asking why justice has not been done. When pogrom happened against Sikh in 1984, judiciary tried to give justice. Some people are behind the bars. Still cases are going on. So some form of justice is being given. But why not the same to Kashmiri Pandits? It's not a big thing to give. So I'm sure that the government would work towards that. Justice means what? Justice means that those who took up guns, killed people, they should be punished. A congenial atmosphere should be created, and people should go back with full safety so that nothing happens to them. The entire world should recognize it, isn't it?
But Sudesh ji, just whatever done and that has been doing by the Modi government, do you think this is a more than satisfactory and more to be done?
You see,
Whatever,
whatever can be done should be done. You see, is the biggest tragedy of independent India that such a huge tragedy happened, and nobody is talking about the real narrative. You see, atrocities happened against Jews by Nazis. Still, people remember it. Nagasaki, Hiroshima, bombs were dropped by US and allies. When people go there, they say sorry and pay respect. When you go to World Trade Towers, New York, you pay respect to those souls they were killed there because of terrorism. So why should these people who were killed, Kashmiri Pandits, even some Muslims who tried to resist, or Sikhs, they should be treated as martyrs, isn't it? They
yeah.
sacrificed their life because they were upholding the Indian flag. They had the options to chant Pakistan the way the terrorists were asking them to do, or to get themselves converted and stay there happily. But they actually upheld the Indian constitution, the Indian flag, and that is why they were hounded out. So it's time that they should be recognized, justice should be done, and people are talking of justice, which is a good thing. I'm not trying to, find faults, because faults can be assigned to everyone, some major, some minor. But it's time that everybody should come together and talk about justice and how to give justice.
So, how to give justice? Just you raise a question, and we have to think. And really, 5 lakhs families, not a small number. And whatever Vivek has done, only interviewed more than 700 families globally. This is not an easy task to meet at each interview. After the facts, compile the facts, and go with the document and data, so nobody is so challenged. as you have seen it, as we have written it, as we have wasted it, as we have the bureaucracy, how the politics and bureaucracy work together or not, how bureaucracy just try to blame always the politics, and how much just within the 3 years Modi government has done for the Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir development, apart from the Ladakh also, that were earlier the part of the Jammu Kashmir. So we'll just uh, take all inputs on that, all questions, but time a break. After break, we'll check all the answer for the real justice to the Kashmiri people or Kashmiri Hindus living outside the country or outside Kashmir. Time a break.
You are aware, Rakeshji, that the government has started the domicile system under which Kashmiri Pandits who left the valley that time out of fear, they have registered them. So it doesn't matter where they stay, whether they stay in America or Australia or
So their
whichever part
system
of the
has been
world.
made. I'll
Yeah.
check up the break, Sudesi.
I'll tell you,
Just yeah.
even my
After
wife has
break,
got
I'll come to you. After
registered.
break, I'll come to you. Yeah. Welcome after the break. Just we're talking to Sudesh Verma ji, a national spokesman BJP on the outbursts of the Kashmir and after the issue raised by the Kashmir makers of the Kashmir files uh, documentary. We are not say the movies. These are really files, docs of our history and that present, past, and setting the narratives for the futures. Though, Sudeshji, just you was talking about the government of India done much and doing,
I
but
was saying that
not properly highlighted, not properly reached the people, not properly communicated the people. What's the problem? One. Number two,
no,
matter of
it may
narratives.
it may
Yeah,
have been the case earlier, but not now. I'll tell you, but my wife has got registered, and most of the people they have got registered, and they still have the options, and that shows that everybody wants to go back. Why would you
yeah,
not like to go? It doesn't mean that you need to stay there. Like I come from Jharkhand, I don't need to stay there. My links are there, isn't it? I go visit my places, I stay there for a while, then I come here. Delhi is my workplace, isn't it? So that thing exists for everyone. So to say that people will not go is not the correct thing. You have to create congenial atmosphere in the valley. And the biggest question that this crisis and this film has actually put forward before us, all of us, including your audience all across the world, that India as a nation, India as democracy, where Hindu, Muslims, and people from different faiths live together, whether they would live by the constitution or they would live by their own religious sanctions. That is very important because when partition happened, it was clearly on the basis of religion. Those who wanted to have a Sharia kind of law governed by the Holy Quran, they went to Pakistan, isn't it? You know what happened to Pakistan? Those who stayed in India, they accepted that they live by the constitution. Then, when you talk of creating an Islamic state in Jammu and Kashmir, which was the narrative of the terrorists there, supported by Pakistan, how could the people of Jammu and Kashmir support them? And that's the biggest pain Kashmiri Pandits have it. I tell you, Rakesh ji. You know why? Because when they talk to their Muslim brethren, they question them that what were you doing? Why did you not defend me? We trusted you. So this thing happens only when you know that people have changed their religion. People have just converted into Islam, but their basic cultural ethos remain the same, isn't it? So that's the question. So those who talk about human rights, those who talk about the rights of the Kashmiri Pandits to stay as a community because they have a cultural homogeneity, and they share the same with the Muslim brethren in Kashmir. So they have to live together. That is the realization they must get it. It is India. You cannot have a state or a district based on your religious basis. Come on, you can go to any part of the world, but not India. You have to live as an Indian, and you must know that what are the cultural roots. Your cultural roots. If Ram temple is constructed, why should you object? Ram, you also accept, is your ancestor, isn't it? So how can you say you have just changed your way of worship? Can radicalization impact you so much that you're going to kill your own brethren? That's the issue that the Islamic community must face today in the country. And that is why you see the anger.
but there are so many questions for this. Just the Islamic countries should think or not. I don't think they will think. And just think about the Bharat. One of the person who was just raised and reached the high constitutional post. Name was is Hamid Ali Ansari. Vice President of India. But he has proved Muslim only be Muslim, can't be the nationalist, can't be the Indian, can't be Bharatiya. Why and what for?
This is a very
It's also
sorry
a matter of
state,
question. It's
Rakesh
also
ji.
a matter of narratives.
Rakesh ji, this is a very sorry state, and I would like to take it as an exception. I'll tell you why. Because we have Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam also, isn't it? And the wonderful man, a nationalist who gave India missile system, isn't it? So we want our brothers to be like them, like him, isn't it? We respect him. We were the ones who made him president of India because of our respect for his contribution to the society. So that is our ideal. Abdul Hamid is our ideal. Asfaqullah is our ideal. Not those who are taking up arms in the name of religion and trying to fight the Indian state. Indian state is representation of every vote we cast, isn't it? So nobody can challenge that. We will not accept that. Religion cannot dictate policy of the government. And the Modi government is not doing that. We want peace to prevail. Hindu and Muslims, they have to live as one. And it's good that the Kashmir files is not narrative against Muslims, as it is being made out by Mahboobas and Abdullahs and the Congress and others. This is a film that condemns terrorism, and we hope that this will produce catharsis, where you feel you hatred for
Business,
yourself that this
if they're
happened.
making business, just to whatever the business had made the name of terrorism, that should be also stopped.
Yeah, definitely. You see, from inside, we should feel bad as a human being that this happened, isn't it? First, that recognition, then condemnation, and then those who took up arms, they need to be punished. That is necessary for peace to prevail there. We are talking about solutions. And I'm sure that people have a lot of hope on Modi ji, that only this person can do. And I'm sure that Modi ji is
But
listening
but
to
but
the pain of
Sudesh, my
people.
question is: you don't think that just whatever Modi's government has been doing has done, that is not properly? Again, I'm repeating the question. And same way, properly communicated to the concerned, to the needy, to the beneficiaries whom they have made. Whatever
No,
policy has been made.
Rakesh ji, media has written that beneficiaries, those who have got the benefits, and that now it is being transferred directly into the account of people all across the country. So they're very happy with Modi ji. There's no problem with that. But I agree with you that the process of development that has started, there should be larger participation of people. And you see that is happening in Kashmir, that large number of people, young people, were not connected with National Conference or Mahbooba's party, and they're participating in the electoral process, and they're realizing the power that the way they were being exploited. So removal of Article 370 has done good to them, and this had become a roadblock. The government could not reach to them. So the new process come. It takes time. You see, so many years of poisoning of the mind. It takes time for the de-radicalization to take place. That is happening. That will happen for sure.
So you don't think the fake narratives has been made that should be countered accordingly with the facts, with the
No, I
truth?
didn't get you. I didn't get you. Sorry.
I'm just talking matter of the narratives, how the fake narratives has been just creating, had been created. That
It
should
has
be
been.
stopped
Yeah,
with the
I
counter
understood.
of the truth.
Yeah, I understood. You see, Rakesh ji, one thing is very clear and very beautifully presented in this movie is the fake narrative created by anti-India forces. Those forces used to chant Azadi. What were their motivation? They need to be explained now because they were the ones who were doing it. Why are you opposing Indian state? The state is yours. It has not been imposed from outside. So these people who created a fake narrative to defame the country and under influence of West or some other vested interest, they need to be explaining this to the society. They're on the back foot now. But the new narrative which has come is the narrative of justice, that people demand justice, they should be given justice. The Supreme Court of India in 2019, while responding to a PIL by Roots of Kashmir, said that already so much of time has passed, 27 years, what we're doing. But that is not the point. The point is justice needs to be given, whether it is 27 years after or 32 years after. Something happened that is recorded. And a simple investigation, a simple inquiry will reveal the truth before people, isn't it?
So do you think that government of India, Modi government should make some special commission to for the genocide who were just to have family killed and the brother, sister and all Kashmiri Hindu killed, and that genocide should be just taken care of for the future, and the new generation should come and visit their ancestors, old Kashmir, and came in contact, make the new narratives, and they should be counter accordingly. Something planning of the government of India, Modi government in this regard?
You see, our Prime Minister is very sensitive. You know about this. He knows the pulse of people. He knows what people want. I would not say anything being a party person, but whatever is being demanded logically, I am valley. And we are trying our best. And you have seen that how we are doing. And we are very confident that we'll succeed. And our Muslim brothers also would realize the mistake that their fate, their future lies with India, with democracy, and not with religious fanaticism.
Okay, so I think whatever you said, and just I already talked about the some suggestions coming for the memorial, make the memorial for the uh, Kashmiri Hindus genocide who just martyred, were the martyr. So any move from the government India, you will suggest appeal and request to the government of India, Modi government, to make such the memorial, just like the 9/11 and
No,
Japan,
you have
like I
given
said.
this idea, Rakesh ji, and it's a brilliant idea, I must tell you, because I consider that those who sacrificed their lives, they were hardcore nationalists who were holding the flag of India. They had the choice, as I told you, to chant in favor of Pakistan, to save their lives, or to get converted. They did not do so because of the sense of the pride of being an Indian, being Hindu. So now is the time. Those who died because of terrorism, whether Hindus, Kashmiri Pandits, Muslims, Sikhs, definitely is a brilliant idea to have a memorial so that people go and pay respect. Because what do you gain by this? If you know this
Yeah.
happened, this will prevent the younger generation from realizing that this should never happen before. It will help create amity. I am with you on this, and I'm sure that Modi ji must be listening to you.
So nice of you, Sudeshji, just for having this program and just for the Kashmiri Hindus and Kashmir status and how government of India is doing, will be done, should be done for the real nationalist Kashmiri Hindus and nationalist whoever, apart from the Kashmiri religion, but uh, Bharat should be supreme, India should be supreme. But I don't like the word Hindi, India. That's why I say Bharat, and Bharat is really Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat, the vision of the Prime Minister Narendra Bhai Modi should be properly implemented on the ground level, not at the bureaucratic level. And I think
Thank you very much,
it's my
Rakesh ji, for having me on your show. Thank you very
it's
much.
it's my input some the bureaucracy system and the whatever Pallavi Joshi said in the film. सरकारें तो बदल गई है, system हमारा है. The system should be corrected and recorrected for the benefit and for the integrated development of our country. So nice of
Thank
you.
you.
I just
Thank you.
spoke about things. So nice of you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you. Thank you.